Welcome back to Long Live the Queen. We are currently yielding, so we get pluses to royal demeanor, history, and faith. So let's do... what do we get minuses to? Weapons and women. Okay, because I think it is important that we do conversation still, but we'll get some more elegance in there as well. We don't get a minus to public speaking, so that's a plus. You take deep breaths and practice speaking loudly and clearly, projecting your voice to every corner of the room. You practice graceful arm gestures for every motion, from offering your hand for a kiss to taking a hold of a banister of the stairs. You practice eating slowly and with a minimum of mess, chewing each bite a set number of times before swallowing. You're walking one day in the gardens. You hear a strange sound and look up to see an owl flying overhead. A single dry leaf flutters in its talons. That's funny, I thought owls were nocturnal. I guess I was wrong. So we missed something there, because we failed those tests. When you return to your castle, or to the castle, your father is waiting for you. There's a woman here to see you. She wishes crowdfunding for a project. Thank you for seeing me, Your Royal Highness. I have come to you on behalf of the people. I wish to build a hospital where any citizen afflicted with disease can be brought for treatment. Putting sick people together, wouldn't that make them die even faster? We're not interested. Alright, we don't want her to be yielding, so we need willful. Now we're back to being sad. Oh, we're back to being lonely. So, conversation and medicine. Well, we should definitely keep doing conversation. We should probably also do medicine. Let's do poison. You memorize lists and sonnets, then recite them for your teacher and any castle staff she can round up to serve as an audience. Your teacher asks you questions about made-up nonsense, pushing you to improvise answers smoothly and swiftly without having to worry about them being correct. The first treatment for most ingested poisons is to purge the stomach by forcing the victim to eat powdered charcoal that can absorb dangerous substances. Remember, the festival of the Good Lady is approaching. There will be public celebration for the commoners, followed by a grand gala for the nobility. There will be dancing. As queen, you would be expected to lead the procession and take part in the ceremonial planting, possibly give a speech. However, since you are not yet crowned, it is not required and it may not be safe to expose you to the public. What do you mean, not safe? Outside of the castle, you are less well protected. If anyone means you harm, think on it now, decide later. Will the Duke of Sedna attend the gala? It is a traditional Novan event. Inviting your fiancé might be seen as a statement. You suspect that your father does not wish to watch you dancing with Tolerist. Oh, I don't think I've ever had this choice. I don't know what to do. Let's invite him. It's a statement I ought to send, as you wish. There's a letter for you as well. It's from Bryony. I went to school with her, but she's a couple years older than me. Her mother is the Duchess of Mead. She's complaining that her mother still won't let her come home for the holidays. Apparently her Uncle Kevin is absolutely furious about that woman's trial. She's bored and looking for adventure. Well, I don't have any to suggest to her. Alright, what mood are we in? We are lonely. Let's be willful. Actually, lonely is good. What happens if we gain an effort? Lonely is pretty good right now. As much as, like, lonely it's not good. But conversation and medicine are good things for us to be learning. Court manners. Let's do more poison. As the person of highest rank within the domain, no one may sit at any formal event unless you have given permission, and no one must ever turn their back on you. If they do, you are intended to recognize the insult. You study rules for formal dining, including the proper utensils for different dishes. As the queen, no one will comment on your mistakes, but they will notice them. Certain poisons will counteract each other, such that either on their own will kill the victim, but carefully applying a matching amount of the other will cure. If a victim is stabbed with the poisoned spine of a sea urchin, the spine must be removed carefully and the affected area soaked with very hot water in order to cook out the poison. Today is the procession and planting for the Festival of the Good Lady. Will you be leading the parade? If you have any concerns about your safety, please stay here. I know what's likely to happen if I go, and it's a bad thing. So, No, I guess I'd rather stay here. You watch the procession from the tower window, feeling safe but lonely. Suddenly you hear someone moving around inside your room. You turn in surprise, but it's only a maid. Should you not be at the procession? Is everyone wondering about me? Look how tired he is. There might be assassins. Oh. That's awful. Alright. Sorry, what are my skills in conversation? We have no flattery, so we need flattery. And then we also, let's go to battlefield medicine. You learn that it's important to make eye contact when saying nice things about someone. You learn that flattering comments must have the best impact when kept short. Gushing makes people feel awkward. You learn that wounds, even minor ones, should be washed as soon as possible to prevent dirt from growing under the skin. Are you ready for the grand ball? All the nobles in the domain are here to see you, to see their queen. You finish dressing and descend the stairs to make a grand entrance. All around, the rich and powerful pause in their activities to gaze upon you, the ruler of them all. You let your eyes rest upon each in turn as you have been taught, impressing upon them that you are not a child but a queen. Your father waits for you at the bottom of the stairs and offers you his arm. The first dance is for us. He guides you gently around the dance floor, never rushing you. It's fun to dance with your father, but the look in his eyes is so sad. I believe the next turn is mine. He bows gracefully and offers you his hand, then leans closer to whisper a quick question. Do you know how to dance? Nod or shake your head. Step on his foot! I've never seen this. I believe we taught her dancing, so yes. Dancing with a real partner feels quite different from dancing with your father. You knew him, knew his step like a part of you. Now every move is a mystery. Oh no! We tripped over. I thought I taught her dance. Did I not? You interact comfortably with your peers, leaving a wise word in every ear. During a lull in the music, Banyan, the Duke of Marie, taps an elegant fingernail against a wineglass, letting a clear note ring out through the room. If I might have your attention, I believe we should offer our compliments to our lovely hostess. Her words of wisdom guide us through our difficulties. Everyone applauds politely. As the gala continues, you take the opportunity to observe nobles that you rarely see. There's Gwenelle, for instance, the young lady of Sudbury, only months older than you, due to finally inherit control of her duchy soon. Or Adele, the youngest daughter of the Duchess of Blaya, and the fierce sportswoman. She was a few years ahead of you at school and an absolute terror of the ball fields. No Bryony. She said her parents were leaving her stuck at school this season. Her parents are here, dancing together, the Duke consort clutching his Duchess possessively tight. Strange there's no sign of your cousins, though. Shouldn't they be here? Your aunt and uncle are here, of course. It would be scandalous if they hadn't come, Minerva being so close by. It's nice to be able to enjoy time with friends and family, isn't it? So we didn't sense some sort of magic going on. As the evening grows late, your personal guest draws you aside for private conversation. You have my most fulsome thanks for the invitation to this event. However, you might want to spend more time with the scribes before corresponding and writing with other nobles. Some may not appreciate your unique sense of phrasing. Wonderful, I sounded like an idiot. I have not seen this. This is very interesting to me. It is always the greatest of pleasures for me to be in your presence. I look forward to the day when we no longer have to part. I've been avoiding talking to my father because it does things that I just don't want. Visit tomb. You pay your respects to your mother's tomb and wonder if the same fate is waiting for you. Well, I mean, eventually. You learn that it is always better to compliment people for their personality and choices rather than physical attributes. Visual elements are best to flatter on first meeting. They are expected to be noticed right away. If you spent more time with someone, suddenly complimenting their attire will ring false. I've unlocked a new outfit. You learn that blood loss wastes life energy. Bleeding should be stopped through bandages, pressure, and elevation. You learn that minor burns should be cooled, washed, and gently wrapped to keep them clean like a cut. Major burns and scalding, such as boiling oil, are untreatable on the battlefield. You wander downstairs to visit your father and talk about the latest events. You're moving with such enthusiasm you don't realize your father isn't alone until it's too late to avoid him and his companion. You're too kind, Jocelyn. Countess Siren, not a member of your circles. She's a bit more than a decade your senior, far too old to have ever been your friend, and yet not at all old as noble women go. She has 2 minor titles, no husband, and your father's arm in her grasp. You take a deep breath. Greet her politely. Good day to you, Countess. Your Highness, good day to you as well. I was just speaking with your father about... Well, it wasn't important. Please allow me to excuse myself. I don't wish to be in the way. She bows her head to you and exits. Once she's gone, you raise an eyebrow at your father. This is the path you have set us on. What do you mean? Your acts have made everyone think about preparation for the future. Caloris is in need of an heir. My brother, your Uncle Armand, is looking for a wife as well. One of us at least must produce more children. But, Mama... Nothing can ever replace your mother, but we all have to do things we don't want to do. You should be careful how you deal with people like Siren. You need the goodwill of your nobles as well as your commoners. There haven't been any problems so far. As queen, you must be aware of everything around you. I am paying attention to what's around me. Well, sometimes she sounds so spoiled. Visit dungeons, no effect. Why is there no effect? I'm guessing maybe our... Yeah. See, if we get another afraid, though, we'll be afraid. Can we, like, get minus afraid? We can attend a service. Alright, we can have a different outfit now. We have a tea dress. It's not the one I wanted, but I just thought I'd show it off. Or was that the one I wanted? That might be the one I wanted. What am I doing? These are all pretty good. So we need to do herbs for medicine for sure. And then let's do court manners. You study the traditions of ballroom etiquette, how to politely accept or defer an offer, and how to avoid the impression of attachment to an individual. You memorize the correct title for every servant in the castle, treating servants with respect ensures good service. You learn that willow bark can be used to relieve aches and fever. It is time of year to decide any necessary adjustments to the royal budget. I have been ignoring that trait. The majority of the money we receive is already spoken for, but there's always some room for discretion. I don't know anything about budgets. Raise taxes. We need more money. Raise the taxes a bit. As you wish. Alrighty. We're still here. We'll do public speaking and more herbs. You read collections of famous historical speeches and practice saying them in convincingly dramatic fashion. You borrow the menu for an upcoming banquet and practice delivering it as a dramatic speech to an audience of confused chambermaids. You learn about debate techniques and practice them by trying to convince a castle gardener why a new fountain would be a good idea. You learn that feverfew can be used to reduce tension and headaches. You learn that olive of cloves rubbed on the skin can relieve pain, particularly in teeth. We've unlocked a new outfit for medicine. That's the one I wanted. You are requested to stand in judgment. A man has been convicted of murder by strangling of his wife. He does not deny the act. He requests a pardon that he might be set free. If you admit you killed your wife, why do you think I'm going to set you free? Save me, your majesty. It wasn't my fault. Demons made me do it. Everyone knows the power of magical beasties. They used me and twisted my fingers into chains. My wife found me screaming. She tried to shake me and the chains wrapped around her. I need a priestess to bless me and make me clean again. Demons that make you attack people? Is that even possible? What do we do here? We don't know if it's possible. We haven't studied any magic. Let's imprison him. Whether there were demons or not, you still killed a woman, your wife. I won't forgive you for that. You will be in prison for the rest of your life. He opens his mouth to argue with you further, but then his shoulders slump. Yes, your majesty. Let's play with our toys. We're still lonely. What's our new outfit? Boost medicine. A nurse's gown. Awesome. Alright, let's do more poison, and then we'll do more flattery. Done. Small personal details help make the recipient of your flattery feel you've truly noticed them, which is always better than a simple, how nice you look. Most people want to believe that they are successful and well-liked more than they want to believe that they are handsome. Play to these beliefs and they will be inclined to enjoy your company, even if they should know better. It is possible to become immune to the venom of a particular snake by routinely ingesting very small amounts. However, this protection is temporary and will not provide any help against any other snakes. Cinnabar dust causes tremors, anxiety, and eventually death if ingested over long term. This is mostly a problem for minors, but can be dangerous if it's routinely added to someone's food. There's no cure, but most will slowly recover if they have no more dust. You receive word that the murderer you condemned to prison has escaped. A large explosion rocked the jail as he was in, destroying the walls and setting many dangerous criminals free. Uh-oh. We may have made a bad choice. What mood are we in? We should probably do that. Alright, skills. We got the skills to pay the bills. We did learn dance. I'm guessing like that might have had like a 50 cutoff and we just weren't there. We could do... I think we'll keep it with poison here. The star means we're wearing the outfit for it. What else should we learn though? I don't know. We could do more court manners, I suppose. To directly challenge someone's honor is to declare war. Never make a public accusation of cowardice, treason, infidelity, or murder unless you're prepared to face mortal enemies, and on that note, you study the etiquette of dueling. As a monarch, you're expected to embody the virtues of honesty, bravery, and generosity. You should always offer aid to those in need. However, those you aid personally are expected to give you their utmost loyalty, even unto death. You study the forms of written address, how to issue and decline invitations, how to announce an impending visit, and how to correspond with the rulers of foreign domains. The herb tansy is a mild poison with particular effect in the lower forms of life. Rubbed on the skin, it repels insects. Drunk as a tea, it drives out worms from the stomach. Unfortunately, this sometimes makes people very ill. Belladonna berries are purple, juicy looking and sweet. Eating a handful of them causes blindness, followed by death. It can be treated very carefully with a paste of salabard or calabar beans, which is also poisonous. I regret to inform you that Fabian, the Earl of Titan and Duke Regent of Elath, has passed away. Wasn't really a surprise. He was pretty old. The problem is political implications. With the control of Elath in doubt, it falls to the crown to make decisions. Young Lord Adair will not reach his 15th birthday for over 2 years. He requires a regent. His stepmother, Aris, the Duchess of Lilla, has petitioned for the boy to be left in her care. This, however, would leave her in personal control of 2 neighboring duchies, which is generally forbidden. Almost the entire eastern border. I don't know anything really bad about her, though. The boy does have a living grandfather, the Earl of Ishtar. You might appoint an unrelated noble to act in his stead. Let's send him to his grandfather. He should be regent, as you wish. Let's go attend court. Alrighty, what are we now? We're yielding, so royal demeanor, history, and faith. But we still get a plus to medicine because of our outfit. So classes, royal demeanor. Let's do composure. You practice walking over smoldering coals with bare feet. So long as you keep moving steadily and do not panic or freeze and run, you're not burned. Your teacher gathers up some of the castle staff to shout insults at you while you practice staying calm and not bursting into laughter. Your teacher instructs you in the game of cards, teaching you to bluff with a straight face. We have now maxed out composure. The flower known as black sun creates a poison which induces violent madness in the victim. In larger doses, it produces the same results as belladonna. The foxglove flower is a dangerous poison. Chewing the leaves or drinking water in which they've been soaked is likely to be fatal. Symptoms include dizziness and yellowed vision. Powdered epsomite is the only known antidote. There's a woman here to see you. She's a magician and she wishes crown patronage, which means many. Your Royal Highness, if you accept me as a member of your court, I will immortalize you in word and song. I've dabbled in musical styles from many countries and can entertain your guests and lighten your evenings. The musician sings a little ditty to demonstrate her skills. She's actually pretty good. So we failed voice here, which makes me think that she's not actually that good. So let's reject her. Thank you, but we're not interested. She might have been trying to kill me. I want to live. I'm trying to live anyway. Oh my god, we're back to lonely. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. Alright, we can do more battlefield, but what about conversation? Flattery, I guess? A certain class of dramatic personality believes utterly that they are ugly and unpopular, even if this is untrue. Flattering their appearance will make them pull away and mistrust you. Instead, compliment their intelligence. This tends to be their weakness. Most people want to believe that they are special and will react to hints that they are receiving slightly better treatment than others. However, too obvious favoritism will stir resentment, and only the vain enjoy it. The most reliable form of flattery is to convey that you honestly like the target, enjoy spending time with them, and wish them to think well of you. You learn that soldiers should never sleep in damp clothes or on damp ground. This is unhealthy. You learn that the latrines, food waste, and burials must be kept far away from living soldiers. To avoid spreading disease, holes should be dug deep and covered after use. You receive a letter from young Lord Adair. It's an extremely formal letter for such a little boy, thanking you for your wisdom and allowing him to live with his grandfather, who probably dictated every word. Probably. Still lonely. What have we got going on with our mood? Oh, I thought we were going to be willful, but no. We need to be pressured. Okay. Flattery was almost full. So public speaking would be next, and more herbs. Done. Your teacher assigns you to create and memorize a short speech of your own. Your teacher assigns you to read about a subject, memorize a few good phrases for the beginning and ending of a speech, and then make up the rest on the spot. Your teacher assigns you to read about a subject and requires you to answer questions about it on the spot in front of an audience. Nothing more to learn. Sage has a variety of health benefits. It keeps meat from spoiling, aids digestion, improves thinking, and may even help to bring color back into gray hair. Calendula flowers can be used in soothing teas as well as skin lotions. It's also said to provide visions of one's secret enemies if worn under the light of the full moon. Comfrey can be used to help mend broken bones. However, it's also slightly poisonous in large amounts and should not be eaten. Staring up into the sky at the window, you notice a strange flash of light. A falling star! Pretty! We need pressured, but like this is the only one I think that gives pressured. Yeah. Okay. So court manners and then battlefield. We're gonna just max these out apparently, because that's what our mood's gonna be like. You study the language of flowers and the secret meanings that we communicate through the gift of a bouquet. You study the rules of behavior in foreign courts, so you may seem at home at any setting. You learn that some wounds need to be sewn closed, for the needle should first be cleaned by holding it in a flame for a minute or two. Fire should not be applied to the wound, it will make it worse. You learn that piercing arrows should never be pushed through the body, they will make an injury worse. Cut very carefully with a sharp blade to dig out the arrowhead without causing large tears in the flesh. You learn that broken bones should be immobilized with wooden splints to prevent them from moving around. The straight wood will encourage the bone to grow straight. My lady, there's a letter for you. Who sent this? It isn't signed. It appears to be a poem describing you in a manner that is entirely inappropriate for a queen. What? With a squid? I've seen this one before. I'm just like, really, game? That's hilarious. Then, an incredibly unlucky breeze swirls between the windows of the tower bedroom, tugging the paper out of your hands and off into the sky. You stick your head out the window and discover the poem caught fluttering in the roof nearby. You can almost reach it. We're not climbing out to grab it. We're gonna fall. What's the worst that can happen? It blows off and someone reads it and laughs at you? That's better than breaking your neck. Besides, if you're lucky, the rain will wash the words away. Alright, what is our mood? We need pressured. Okay, now we're yielding again. So royal demeanor, history, and faith. Maybe we should just learn something else. What should we learn though? There's our tutu. So we've got, wait, hold on. Okay, so yeah, just double checking that we don't have a minus to agility. Let's do reflexes and flexibility. You practice running at high speed back and forth over a small area, making quick turns and changes in direction. You practice tennis against multiple opponents, learning to judge at a glance when a ball is too far away to reach in time. You kneel with your hands pressed to the floor and stretch like a cat, rolling your back up and down. You practice holding your body in stretched out poses with the aid of your teacher to support your limbs. My lady, there are letters for you. Another letter from Barney. Why does she keep writing me? We were never even friends. She says she's bored and lonely and she's looking forward to seeing me at Gwenelle's birthday party. That's right, Gwenelle's about to turn 15. She'll be the Duchess of Sudbury for real now. The other letter must be my invitation to her birthday celebration next week. Gwenelle and I were friends in school and this will be a big event. It's also a long way to travel. A lot of things can happen. I want to go. It'll be good to see my friends. Let's go to a ball. As princess and future queen, you're the belle of the ball. You enjoy the chance to mingle with others, do social class, and be pampered and flattered by them. Still yielding. Alright. Let's do dance and flexibility. You work through the standard repertoire of ballroom dancing. Be sure you know the basic steps for any dance you're likely to be required of you in a social setting. You practice the postures and extensions of solo ballet, learning to stretch and form an elegant line with your body. You can now attend ballroom dancing on the weekends. You practice stretching into poses and holding them for short periods of time. Your teacher holds your limbs in slightly uncomfortable position for seconds, then encourages you to pose carefully against the resistance she provides. On your journey to Sudbury, your carriage is attacked by bandits. You look down in shock that arrow has buried itself in your side. Outside you hear screams and curses. It feels unreal. Your world is centered around pain. You know that trying to push the arrow through will only make it worse. You have to bear the pain and wait patiently until someone can help for you. Calling on your mental discipline, you remain calm and keep steady pressure on the wound. Your escort chases off the bandits, and an experienced sergeant cuts out the arrowhead and bandages your wound. It's not actually as bad as it looked, but it still hurts. The rest of your trip goes smoothly. Yes, we survived! So happy. Gwendol's party is lovely, not nearly as glamorous as your own upcoming birthday will be, of course, but still a major event on the noble social calendar. Everyone who's anyone is present. Uncle Laurent and your younger cousins are here, but Charlotte and her mother are not. Apparently, Charlotte was ill. Arise, the Duchess of Laya, is present, but somehow always manages to avoid talking to you when you draw near. There are refreshments and dancers and musicians and polite conversations, and one or two not so polite. Will not be shoved aside. Mother, it's my domain now. I need space for myself. You have your own lands to manage. Just because you're of age doesn't mean you know everything, young lady. You need my advice. This is my home. It was never been yours. Before you can back away, their gaze falls upon you. They wait expectantly for you as their near queen to settle the dispute. Feelings can be easily hurt on either side here. It's important that everyone involved save face. Flatter them both. I'm sure you have a great deal of wisdom to impart, but isn't that what you've already done? You have to trust in the strength of your own teachings. Trust in the strength and the intelligence of your daughter. Neither of them looks entirely happy, but neither of them looks entirely angry with you either. A bit later, Bryony catches up to you. Hello, Elodie. It's so wonderful you're going to be queen now. I'm sorry about your mother. Thanks. But think of the opportunities you're going to have. You're so lucky. That's an odd way of putting it. Anyway, I was wondering, now that you're almost queen and anything, have you told you all the secrets? What secrets? Like how to get in the old palace. I've heard it's packed full of treasure. Old palace? The one at Cather Lake, where the kings and queens of Nova used to live. I don't know anything about it. Oh. She bites her lips and frowns at you. Well, never mind then. She walks away. So much for wanting to talk to you. At the end, you share a pleasant meal and prepare to return to your various lands. And with that, I'm going to call this episode of Long Live the Queen here. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And as always, I'm the Purple Pegasus, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!